How's it going, everybody? Pitmarthroy here, and welcome back to Stardew Valley here on Fantasy Farm. Let's take a look here. Spirits feel neutral. We've got the blessing of speed and a greater chance to find ladders. And here's what we're looking at currently right now for our settings. So for those that are just popping in, our stats are maxed. Our friendship with everybody is maxed, minus certain characters we have not run into yet. I'm not focused on the crafting too much. All our animals, we've got the golden animal crackers going. We've got most of our abilities other than these two, which we can't yet acquire because the area has not been unlocked. We're doing pretty decent on the collections for items shipped. Fish, we're almost done. Artifacts, we've got 2 left. Minerals are done. And the achievements are slowly but steadily occurring. So, with that said, let's do our first things first, which is, of course, we've got mail. Let's see what's up with that. Dear Farmer Dilt, I'd like to give my wife a starfruit for our anniversary. Are you growing it in your farm? If you brought me one, I'd be very grateful. Kent. Well, we can't do that immediately, as we don't have any starfruit right now because they've all been put into the casks. So, we can't do it immediately, but we do have some growing, so we will be able to do that soon. Also, our fish pond. We'd feel more at home with 3 fire quartzes. So yes, eventually you will start getting little bitty quests here of bring me X amount of some item. Don't ask me why they want the fire quartz. Fire quartz, this makes us really feel at home. But, should you do that, you have the option to put in more of the same type of fish in, like so. And by doing that, you'll be able to pick up roe in higher amounts, but also more quickly as well. So there is a reward for doing this. Right, first things first, let's grab a carrot, a geode, and a piece of trash to get all of that going. And then I will go ahead and get our... Oops. Don't need to do that. And then I will get our routine out of the way, and I will see you guys when that is done. Alright, this is what we are currently looking at here. So I'm going to sell the eggs, duck feather, wool, cloth. I'm going to sell the milk and the mayonnaise. Obviously the gemstone I have no need for. I'm going to keep regular crops on most things, with the exception being the summer spangles. And everything else I will go ahead and put away. I think I'm going to leave the corn in the fall chest, as it is more of a fall type of crop than it is a summer one. But other than that, we should be mostly set here. We'll grab another geode, another piece of trash, and put those in their respective spots. And then we figure out what to do for the rest of the day. Again, we can't really do the starfruit for Kent. How are we doing on iridium? Because we do need to, at some point, continue to get more. We're doing okay on that right now, though. Any other truffles? No, just this one for now. Okay. We'll go ahead and toss this in. Let's take another look at the collection screen and see what I can do. Now, I know, again, for some of these things, I would need to go get another cow and another goat for the smaller milks. So, those I know I can't do much with right now. So, let's see. For this one, we've got the rice going. This one we can't do right now. This is any pickled object, so it is currently in the process of going right now. So that one we're okay with. Here, the truffle oil. I thought we had shipped one of those, but I guess we didn't. I just put a duck feather in there, so that one's good. So let's grab the truffle oil that we defeated from that enemy. You can also, if you do not get one of those enemies, you can make a truffle, or you can make an oil maker and then put a truffle in there to get truffle oil. So that's how you would get that. Alright, let me go back to that collection screen. So the truffle oil, the small milk we can't do because we don't have the goat with a lower friendship amount. That is, this one right here I believe is aged roe. So we just need to put some roe in a preserves jar, and I kind of do want to make another one of those anyway. Was it just woodstone coal? I think that's what it was. Yeah. And I think we have plenty of roe. You could just kind of pull one out of here. That'll do. Okay, that's going. Let's go ahead and toss the truffle oil in there just so I don't lose track of it. I don't feel too bad at making another preserves jar because I have been heavily considering building another shed for just preserves jars. So we'll see how that goes. Kind of going back and forth on it. I could have sworn up and down we did the mead. But I guess somehow we didn't. I'm not sure how, but for whatever reason it seems to have not occurred. I'm not really convinced that it didn't occur, but for whatever reason... Let's go ahead and make another one of these. We'll toss it here. I've got plenty of honey to be able to do that again. So there we go. We'll toss that in. Honestly, it's okay. We're spending so much time around the farm just because of stuff like this. We need to go with copper, like, for sure. Very low on that, at least in terms of the bars. Let's see. Since we're just hanging around out here, let's just keep these on hand. I'll put it right there. Oh, also, missed that flower somehow. I don't know how, but I managed it. I think I know what that actually might be on the bottom left. Is that a battery pack? I'm looking at a list right now just to, like, see the picture of it and be like, oh, that's what that is. Yeah, that is a battery pack. That's easy enough. We just grab one of those and toss it in. It's either, what was it, 500 each? That's not too bad. Yeah, we'll toss that in there. Let's see. That is dinosaur mayonnaise, which we can't do. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so squid ink. We don't have this yet. Typically a squid kid is where I would find these, which is those little small red balls that explode when you attack them. But you can find these from fish ponds that have either a squid or a midnight squid. I'm really surprised we have not seen any of these yet. And it looks like the remainder of everything else... almost everything else we cannot yet do. There is one more thing that we can do, or two more actually. One of them is one we have right now. Let's pull out our dehydrator for this. One of the things that we have not donated is raisins, so that's one we'll go ahead and put in there. The other one is just dehydrated fruit, so you can just pick any fruit. We'll go with the strawberries, I guess. And we'll leave them in here. So tack that one on. And until all of that stuff settles, I think that's all we can do. I might try to hunt down that squid kid. I feel like I'd have better luck trying to track him down, defeat him, and get that from him than I would building another fish pond, because I don't even know if I have enough fish for a, Oh no, I actually have plenty. Oh, well, I might do that then. Yeah, I might go ahead and have Robin build another fish pond. I'd put it south of the farm. Of, like, where the other fish pond is, I'd just put it south of there. Yeah, that is an option. I'm gonna double check and see what I need for this. Okay, as a thought. Oops. Gotta move you out of the way here. Where are you? 5 algae, 5 seaweed, and 200 stone. Alright, so that'll get us the fish pond. I'll go and buy the animals for Marnie that I need, which is, again, a goat and a cow. And then we'll go from there. I'll take care of those when I get back. I don't have my pan, and I'm not gonna be... I can't be arsed to go back for it. I'm sorry. I can't. I just can't be arsed to go back for it. If there was a chance that the remaining artifacts we needed could be gotten from that, then yeah, I probably would, but that's not the case. I kind of like Might for a name, so we'll go with that. And then a goat. Jelly. Some of these names are hilarious. Like Fetzo and Gark. Nah, that wouldn't... I was gonna say I saw one in there I kind of liked, but not for a goat. That doesn't really work. There. Pretty sure it'll be, yeah, female, but that's fine. As in, like, a billy goat, you know. I'll be honest, I still can't understand why you want to be friends with me. Well, sometimes it's, like, it's not about the knowing, you know? Like, it's weird. Like, I think as humans, we're constantly, like, wondering why things are the way they are, including, like, oh, why would somebody like me, even after they know all this stuff about me? And sometimes the answer is just, like, I know enough about you to know that you're my friend. It is a lesson that took me a long time to learn. It's not a case of just never question anything, like, you know, if somebody's going down the wrong path, maybe don't follow them, but sometimes there's a bit of beauty in not knowing it all. Okay, so I want to move first and foremost. Nah, actually, I was going to say I need to move the fish pond up by one tile, but I actually don't think I want to do that anymore. So I'm not going to. Instead, I'm going to build the fish pond. Well, actually, oh no, it won't quite fit there. I could put it there, but I've been running through that area a lot. Yeah, there's not a phenomenal place for this, I'm not gonna lie. That would almost work if I didn't need to run by it. There's too many of these areas, it's just like, oh, this would work, but I'd have to run by it, so... There's, like, just enough space to not be able to put it in some certain spots. Like, right here, like, you'd have to... Well, actually, no, you don't have to. I was going to say you'd have to get around it a weird way, but you can actually just go to the top of it and interact with it. So let's just do that. Dark bookcase? That's kind of cool looking. I'll take that. I don't think you have anything else that I need, like, a recipe for or anything like that. Hey, Lewis. I was going to give you the hot pepper, but you know what? Nah. You don't deserve it. Alright, so that's the animals taken care of. That's the next fish pond put in. That's me getting stuck on a fence. Where to go, where to go. I do think we I don't know. Part of me wants to say more mining, but another part of me is like, do we really want to do that? I'm not really convinced now. There, I'm going to put this here, and I think that bookcase would look pretty good. Yeah, like that. I like how that bookcase looks. That one's pretty cool. I've been thinking about making more crystallariums as well to start selling the gemstones, but those do take iridium bars, and I kind of don't want to waste those. We could get more of the jellies and the like going. Oops, put this away too. No, not that. I think actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap these out for corn, just to have, like, another pickled thing that I've tossed in here. So we'll put those in there. Just to switch it up for a bit, I think. I think I'm actually going to take... this with me. I think we're going to do more fishing, obviously, but I'm going to take some other stuff with me. I'm doing okay on bait. But yeah, I'm going to take the geodes with me, too. The non-omni geodes. So we can continue to keep smoking the fish, but we can also work on crushing the geodes at the same time. And we'll just kind of work while we're working. Also, did you find a family? I see a little critter hanging out up there. Hungry, need mushroom. Dried common mushrooms and white algae. We can do that really quickly, yeah. I've got both of those things. It's not the reason I was keeping a set of dried common mushrooms, but the common ones are pretty easy to come by, so there they are. Thought I heard a truffle. I heard several truffles. Are you sitting on another one? I can't tell. You are sitting on another one. Alright, those can go up. That's not the right chest. The one I have it in is here. I already forgot how much algae he wants, so I'm just going to literally take all of it with me. I think it was only 5, but it's only 1 extra inventory slot. It's not that big a deal. Actually, one other thing. I know I'm getting distracted a fair bit here, but this actually could come in handy. Because I was going to say we have more than enough inventory space, but between crushing the geodes and having some fish smoked and other ones not, I'm also going to bring this with me. And I'll take it down there. Could technically bring the copper ores too to make that go by faster, but that's okay. Oh, right, the maple syrup. I do want to not get stuck on everything. Good grief. That wasn't happening before. I wasn't getting stuck on everything so much. I wonder if it's like the blessing of speed or something that's some weird thing that's causing that. I'm not sure. Alright. These are for you. Thanks, Bobo. Take this. A raccoon hat, and the shop is expanded. Classic hat from the old frontier days. I was supposed to say, it looks like one of those caps you'd see in Newsies. Not that I'm complaining. Yeah, you can buy that for 10 mixed seeds. Now we can grow the family bigger. Ah, you're gonna go make another little critter. Alright. That will go here. These will go there. We'll get started on those. And we'll get started fishing. There's actually one more thing I want to do, so after I catch this fish, I will quickly make a very quick trip back into town, and that's just to see if any special orders have occurred on the board. And if it's one of those last remaining ones, I would like to get that done. We do not have many left. I'm kind of down to just doing this, making money, waiting for the casino, and that's kind of it for now. There are new ones. But, as you can see by the check mark, you can see which ones you've already done. I mean, I could do that, sure. I could go chop down the desert trees and replant them. I wish it would tell me how much the reward for that is, but I also am running low on wood. And I did say that I wanted to make more preserves jars, so this isn't the worst thing in the world. Yeah, I'm gonna go grab my axe. Put away the pickaxe and the white algae. And we'll go ahead and get cracking on this, I suppose. You won't get the additional reward of, like, you know, whatever you got before, of like, oh, this is the recipe for a geode crusher or anything like that. You will only get the monetary reward from doing this. So this is specifically a case of, I don't even care about the monetary reward. It's just a little bonus for something I kind of already was needing to do that I was running low on, so it just happened to work out that way. So we'll put these here. These can go back up. Put that in. Oops, no, not the coal. That's what I wanted to put back in there. Still gonna need that. Yeah, we probably won't get much fishing time in as a result, but that's not horrible by any stretch. So I'm actually not entirely sure how many trees have grown back here. There's at least a few. I know the big bulk of these is obviously going to come from the quarry, but that's alright. Even regrown down here, it doesn't look like it. I think I'm going to very quickly fish here so that at least the machines are going while I'm off traipsing around for the fish smokers. If I'm going to leave this area, because it is a decent, even with the horse, it is a decent walk because we're not near a minecart or anything, I would at least like to have something going in the process while I'm doing this. And actually, it might be too late in the day, so I actually think I am going to just stay here overall. It'll be too long otherwise. By the time I get up there, it's going to be probably punching pretty close to midnight, so I only get an hour to chop everything down. So, yeah, we'll wait. And then we'll be closer to a minecart the following day, so it'll be easier then. Did it say I needed to bring it anywhere? No, it just was gather it. Okay. Well, that's easy enough. So I think one of the things I'm going to do with the upgrading the wine, of building it up to iridium quality, is obviously once all the kegs are empty, they've all been, you know, we've procured the wine from them, and we move them into where the casks are. Obviously we'll put in a new thing of fruit to make more wine. I think if those get done before the other ones have moved to iridium quality, which there's a very good chance that will happen, probably I will just sell those wines as is and just keep selling them until the ones in the caskets are fully matured. Otherwise, we would just be running too far back, I think, time-wise. We'd be having, like, huge and huge amounts of bottles of wine where we're just waiting for the casks, and, you know, you could keep waiting theoretically, but at some point you'd be better off just selling some of them because you're going to just be so far behind that there's no way to catch up. So I'm okay with doing that, I think. So yeah, this first set might take a little while, but then the second set will be probably less time overall. I think I am going to go ahead and leave the fish smokers out here, honestly. I feel like I keep moving them back and forth. And they do just as well right here, I think. I'm almost tempted to say leave the geode crusher here and, like, leave a treasure chest or something, but that one I probably won't do. I might leave it here for the night, but I don't think I'll leave it here permanently. It's just easier on the farm as I'm running around and doing routine and stuff to just get out whatever it gave me and chuck another one back in there. And we are getting to the point now where pretty much the only time we're really going to find any non-Omni geodes is from fishing treasure chests. I don't really see them popping up at any point after that, because we're not really going to be going through the mines on the lower floors anytime soon. We might for the iron, but definitely not for the copper. And the gold you can find just as well in Skull Cavern. Really, you can with all of those. I think I'll stick around till maybe about 1:20. Well, the fish smokers did just finish up, so... Let's put those away. We'll toss these in here too. I don't really care about them. Give me that. And provided I don't get stuck on any more things like I just did there, I should be able to get back to bed before 2 o'clock. Oh, there's the mead done. Let's quickly grab that. So yes, I am watching myself put this in here. It is in here. I don't know why. I'm, like, very convinced that that was the one thing of I definitely did do. Hello? Thank you. I know I'm not going to make it to bed in time, but I can at least make it in the house. That was weird. I don't know why I did that. Alright, 26K. What do we got? We've got rain. We've got lucky today. I was kind of hoping for the additional luck there, but I think that means that today might be a casino day, and I'm going to apologize in advance, not because you guys have to watch, but because it means that it may not be too terribly interesting on my end, but we'll see how things go. Some of this stuff is finally ready, which is good. So let me move some stuff around. As you can see, this is an interesting little thing, that the pond has now turned red because there's lava eel in it. So it is an interesting little tidbit that, yeah, the ponds can change color depending on what type of fish is in there. And our little reward from Demetrius, we'll go ahead and toss that back out. And very quickly, I will do routine, and then I will meet you guys back here once that is done. Alright, we are back. I went ahead and sold everything that I got rid of, or that I had on me, which was pretty much any crops that were higher than normal quality. Obviously the mayonnaise, eggs, cheese, all of that stuff. Went and sold all of that, so this is what we've got as our remainder, so I'm just going to keep that, I think. I do think today will be a good day for that casino, so I'm going to put all of this stuff up. I'm not going to need that. And since I'm already out there, I can, of course, do the chopping down trees as well. I don't really think there's anything. I mean, the Lucky Lunch should theoretically do just as well, so I think we're going to stick with that. And go ahead and go. I think because it's raining too, Pam might be like a, hey, you have to drive yourself. No, she is not. Alright, well, let's go quickly speed up the process a little bit. If you do get to her right when she gets out of her house, and then again once she gets on the next screen, normally 10 o'clock is the time she gets here, but you can get her to show up as soon as 9:30 in-game, so you can save half an hour by doing that. So as you can see, this will make her go a fair bit faster, and she'll do that until she gets to the next screen. She's probably mad at me right now, but sorry. It may not have been the perfect example since she wasn't directly out of her house, but you get the idea. Sorry about that pause right there. There was a loud crash next door. I'm hoping that's the sound of the dogs breaking something, and them realizing, man, we shouldn't have so many dogs. You're only supposed to have 2 at a maximum. I asked the landlord about this, and you're only supposed to have 2 maximum per lease. And I know for a fact they have at least 4, and that's just dogs. I believe they also have at least 1 cat. So, yeah, that would be more than 2, because as somebody who's got a math minor, I would like to think I know the difference between the number 2 and the number 4. Let's knock all these out, see how much we can get from this. I had no clue that artifact spot was there. It was just completely hidden behind this little mini forest. Just clay, though. Nothing too terribly exciting, but that's alright. Actually gonna grab these first, since they're kind of up against a wall here. Luckily, with a very high collecting radius, it's not too big of a deal, honestly. You could very easily still grab it with the magnet rings, so it's not that bad. I figure since we're about to take a big cut here, and it doesn't fast forward time and day when you're playing blackjack on the casino, or, you know, playing the slots, whatever, but it still doesn't mean I'm really going to show any of that, because I don't think it's going to be too terribly interesting. And while chopping down trees isn't super interesting, at least you get to watch the amount of wood that we've collected go up, so there's at least something to look at there. With the occasional coconuts that will probably also get sold, because I don't really have a use for these. I mean, sure, I could obviously turn them into, I'm sure there's some recipes in-game that use it, but probably not a lot. So I guess we'll see on that front at a later date. Out this last part of the row here, and there we go. Nice extra 2500 G there. We'll move all this stuff down here just to make the thing look a little bit nicer. I'll grab a lucky lunch. And before we go in, we better eat this ahead of time so that they're not catching on to our shenanigans here. Hey Sandy, stay as long as you like. Yeah, we'll do that. I'm gonna hop back here in the casino. Hoping to have a little bit of luck. Give me one moment. Alright, I'm back. I just wanted to have to move my little timer so that I could see how many coins I actually had. For now, though, I am going to go ahead and see if I can't have a little bit of luck here, and I will meet you guys back when, hopefully, I've got enough tokens. And there we go. That's what we needed. Yeah, I moved over the slots pretty quick. I'd say I was extremely even on draws, wins, and losses. And I got up, I think, like 100 coins after playing for about maybe 10 minutes and realized, I'm not making any progress, let's try the slot machines. And that one I was pretty consistently hitting cherries to at least, like, keep myself even. And then I got one decently big hit, and I was like, okay, we're just waiting for a big hit. And sure enough, that was the case. So there we go. That is the final Rarecrow. I am tempted to buy some fireworks just for the sake of saying I did. Also, the floorings here are really nice, but I'm not willing to spend that much on it. So you know what? Instead, I'm going to buy enough for the fireworks. As for what color, I mean, I think you know. I think you know. Not that hard to figure out. So we'll use those to celebrate our victory later on. Oh, a visitor, yeah. Air conditioning feels nice. I wouldn't know, mine is still out. I've gotten response back to say that it will be looked at tomorrow at 2 p.m. for me, which is good because, again, I've talked about this legally in the state of Texas. Having AC out in the summer constitutes an emergency, because, you know, it gets to like 90 to 100 degrees here pretty dang easily. Just see if there's anything interesting here. Yeah, and because of that, it constitutes an emergency, which rightly so in my eyes, that it should be. So by it being an emergency, they basically have anywhere between 48 to 72 hours to do something about it after they've acknowledged it. And unfortunately for them, because I have the text, I have proof of acknowledgement. So, yeah, that kind of forced them into a corner, which is exactly what I wanted. I did want to force them into a corner, not because I'm a bad person, but because, you know, if it's your responsibility to do your job, this is what you get paid money for by me to do, and you do not do it, you can either do your job, or you will not get my money. Whichever of those you would like is entirely up to you. It's not unreasonable. So I will be glad to have that back, especially since I'll be spending a lot of time in VR on Friday, because I've got our usual meetup, and then I've got a different one that's part of my other job for that. And while it's not a required meetup by any stretch, I would like to be there for it. Right. I've got a book. I'm probably just going to go ahead and sell that. I don't really have any use for that anymore. So we'll go ahead and get rid of that. The coconuts as well, the fruit. Let's see what we can toss out here. Oh, wait. Put my coal back. I forgot to put that away in the first place. The Rarecrows are here, right? Yeah. Sorry, thought I saw the exclamation mark, like, flare up there for a second. So, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, that's all of them. As for what that will give you, not anything immediately. Maybe give it a day and see what happens. But for now, we'll not worry about it. We'll just toss all this in here. Put those away, and let's celebrate. Yeah. Very nice. I'm glad to have that Rarecrow junk done with. And that's a good amount of wood for being able to make more of those preserves jars, which I'm very excited about. Let's see. Collections, again, we can't really do anything in here right now. So I think we'll probably just go ahead and do more of the same. Seems like a good idea. I might go ahead and move this dehydrator. And assuming that it counts pieces of fruit, I think I'm actually going to start putting the fruit tree fruit in there, if it will let me. So I'm going to find out real quick if that works. We'll go with, I don't know, the apples, I guess, is good enough. Yep, you totally can. All right. Well, I'll start putting those in there then. Might as well. Yes, I would like to keep working on this. And after that, let's go ahead and continue with our fishing slash smoker shenanigans. Again, I do think I'm going to keep that there. There's not really anything else going on. There's no event, there's no traveling merchant, there's nobody to gift. So I think we're good to just kind of do a little bit of sparse money making here. How much are these worth each? 315. That's not bad for a bream. Considering what they're usually worth, which is not much. So yeah, we'll keep on keeping on here. Since time doesn't pass, there's no reason to not grab the chest, but I really can't think of what we would want out of a treasure chest from fishing anymore, other than, like, you know, the obvious of, yeah, like golden mystery boxes. Row would be handy, sure. The treasure chest item itself to be able to sell for money, that kind of thing, the pearl. Those would both be good. I'm actually not sure what this is. It's bumping around a fair bit. What are you, out of curiosity? Oh, a Dorado. I haven't seen one of these in a while. Well, you're getting put into the smoker all the same. Right, I think, believe it or not, I'm actually going to cut the fishing here, and I will see you at the end of the day. And we'll see how much I've put into that mini shipping bin, and whatever else I've got to hold on to in excess. We'll bring that to the normal spot. But I will see you guys at the end of the day. Alright. Let's head back, shall we, with our loot. Some of the stuff I'm keeping, but it's all on the bottom row of the bar, as it's things like mystery boxes, geodes, ore, that type of thing. So you'll get a pretty good idea of what I have fished up, and also what I have smoked in the smoker. I'll grab that. But yes, here we are. I'm quickly going to move this over to do that. So yeah, as you can see, some of these are definitely worth more than others, but 4 smoked pike at gold quality is 2,100. So yeah, be sure to, if you can, go for the ones that are more expensive, because obviously the multiplier will multiply a higher amount for you. So that would be the preferable thing to do. Let's put everything else away since I don't need it. Get a few more of those going. Oops. Everything else can go up here. I think I have 2 jade rings now. No, that was a burglar's ring. So yeah, increases critical strike power by 10%. Probably will never use that, but it's a ring, and I'll hang on to it. Oh, I don't think I can get that over there. No, I don't think I can get that over there. As much as I would like to, no. So yes, this is a jar of your homemade pickles, pickled pumpkin. So you can make, you know, pickled whatever. 22k. So yes, this is about what you would get for the dehydrator, the dried strawberries. And granted, this is 5 strawberries, it's not 1, so do remember that. But yeah, that's about 1,300 for that. Just give you an idea what that looks like. Let's go over to fishing. So yeah, what can I compare these to? A bream. I'm trying to find one that's also the same quality. Yeah, so a bream is 112 for iridium quality, but if you put it in the smoker, it's 315. So yeah, that's the difference you're looking at, is about 200 for a one of the less pricey ones. So if we pick a bigger one like a shad right here, this goes from 150 to 420. So yeah, these can absolutely have some pretty crazy returns on them. The pikes obviously are even higher than that at 700. So if you fished up really good stuff like the super cucumber, for example, yeah, you could make quite a bit of money off of that. It's not like the be-all end-all of the world or anything, but it's enough that it'll add up. So I think that will do us for an episode. Let's move on to day 17. And I do think we're kind of getting to the point where I might just go ahead and unlock the area. I'm really leaning towards that. I'm really, like, strongly considering just going for it at this point. I think we ought to just do it. Because, I mean, we've hit all, like, the big milestones. I'll still need to check the crops, sure, but, I mean, it's all automated, so that part of it's not a big problem. But, I mean, if skills are done, social's done. I'm just trying to gain money at this point. We're not going to be seeing a special order for at least a couple days, since I just completed one that I'd already done. So I think it's high time. I think we'll do that next episode. Thank you all for watching, and in the next one, I think it's high time we unlock a new area. See you guys then.